At 1 in the morning, scrolling through your local feed, would you ever come across a plea for help like this? Help me, I'm stuck on the subway and can't get out. Fun fact, you can only get out when the train actually stops at a station. Op must be half asleep, right? Ah. I am not asleep, I know you get off at the station, but this train has already been running non-stop for 10 minutes. Ah, this ride is only supposed to take 4 minutes. Don't panic, man, it might just be a malfunction. Which train are you on? I'll contact the staff to get you out. I'm on line 2 in Zhong City. I stared at the latest reply, completely stunned. I'm on this exact train too. I quickly checked the time on my phone, 1:11. It had been 11 minutes since I got on. Line 2 is the main commuter line in Zhong City. The trains are frequent, and the distance between stations is short. For it to go this long without stopping, something is definitely wrong. If I hadn't come across this post, glued to my phone, I probably wouldn't have even realized it. I hurriedly replied to the thread. Up. Which carriage are you in? I think I'm on the exact same train as you. He replied almost instantly. I'm at the very back. It's a habit of mine. Stay put, I'm coming to find you right now. 3 minutes later, I met up with him at the back of the train. The guy's name was Chen Ziyang. A college sophomore. Thank goodness, thank goodness. There are still living people on this train. Chen Ziyang patted his chest, looking completely relieved. You have no idea, when I realized this train wasn't stopping, especially at past 1 in the morning. I was scared to death. I almost thought I was like the main character in a novel, crossing over into another world. Oh, right, what should we do now? Looking into Chen Ziyang's pure, innocent eyes, I was absolutely certain he was just a college kid. He had the time to post online for help, but didn't even think to call the emergency line. Let's call the emergency line first. By now, a few more minutes had passed, but the subway still showed zero signs of slowing down or stopping. It's almost certainly a malfunction. I dialed the emergency number printed next to the subway doors. Sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist. The dead tone on the phone stunned me for a second. Did I dial the wrong number? It's only 6 digits, how could I? I hung up and dialed the numbers by the door again, checking them one by one. Sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist. I tried it several times in a row, but got the exact same result. Sis, did you dial the wrong number? There's no way I dialed it wrong 4 or 5 times. I wasn't so sure anymore. Maybe there's something wrong with your phone, right? Chen Ziyang slapped his forehead and pulled out his own phone. Let me try. Sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist. Does not exist. Does not exist. Does not exist. A sudden, piercing screech scared Chen Ziyang so much he almost dropped his phone. Sis, my phone is broken too. At this point, I was losing my cool too. After all, I'm only 3 years older than him. Just a corporate slave who's been working for a year. I subconsciously gripped the handrail. Why don't you check the post again and see what people are saying? Chen Ziyang hurriedly opened his phone. Sure enough, there were several new comments on the post. Wow, there's actually another poor soul on there. By the way, are there even subways running this late? Doesn't the subway shut down at 12? The guy above must live in the suburbs. The district main lines usually run until. Doesn't the subway stop at 12? You must live in the suburbs, right? Stops at 2? Zhong City's urban main lines usually. The guy above lives. The Niawang line usually runs until. It runs until 2:30 in the morning. How are the original poster and that other commenter doing? It's been so long since they said anything. Do you think something happened to them? Speaking as someone who reads a ton of forum stories, I bet they've crossed over into some mysterious alternate dimension. They might be dodging zombies or evil spirits right now. Your main mission is to uninstall every single novel reading app you have. Chen Ziyang pointed at that comment on the forum, and looked at me in absolute terror. You don't think he's actually right, do you? I pointed at the reply on the 87th floor. Probably not. Look, this person says they've already called for help. Chen Ziyang scrolled down a bit more. Sure enough, just 2 comments below that one, a good Samaritan named Stubborn Radish replied, saying that they had called the emergency hotline for us. Don't panic, guys, I saw it too. The staff said they are checking the system right now. Let me just ask, what exactly is the emergency number? We just tried calling too, but it kept saying the number didn't exist. Stubborn Radish replied, 618-999-99. Damn it, the sticker on here clearly says 619, 88888. No wonder our calls weren't going through. I silently grumbled to myself. This whole world is just one giant, amateur shitshow. Like how our boss actually made me, someone from the operations department, write up a bidding proposal. Making me work overtime until 1 in the morning, and now I'm stuck dealing with this crap. Maybe because we knew we'd be rescued soon, Chen Ziyang and I both relaxed quite a bit. We subconsciously ignored that weird, creepy screeching sound from earlier. And one absolutely fatal problem. Hello? 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 A human voice suddenly came through the speaker. Are there currently 2 passengers trapped on the train? Hearing that voice, the previously drowsy Chen Ziyang instantly perked right up. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are finally here. The voice from the speaker continued. We are so sorry that you two had to go through such a terrible experience. I will be making an emergency stop shortly. After you both get off the train, just walk straight ahead for another 550 meters, and you will see the platform. I found this a bit strange, and couldn't help but ask, can't you just stop right at the platform? We are very sorry, but this train system has malfunctioned, so we cannot make a normal stop at the station. Fine, right now, I just wanted to get off this thing as fast as possible. And go home to sleep. Chen Ziyang didn't care where the train stopped anymore. He just wanted out. Alright, the train will now make an emergency stop. Please make sure to hold on tight. Just as the voice faded, the subway suddenly jolted violently, and all the lights went pitch black. Oh, holy crap, when the lights flickered back on, Chen Ziyang and I were sprawled awkwardly all over the floor. Well, that was way too sudden. I stood up and patted the dust off my clothes. The train had stopped. Then, with a sharp ding, the doors slid open. You two may get off now. Remember to keep walking straight ahead to reach the platform. The voice gave us one last reminder. Before going completely silent, let's hurry up and go. Chen Ziyang jumped off the train first. I peeked outside. The pitch-black underground tracks stretched on endlessly, with no end in sight. There wasn't even a single breeze. Something felt very, very wrong. But I couldn't put my finger on it in that moment. Hey Chen Ziyang, check the forum and see if anyone else replied to you. Huh? Right now? Chen Ziyang looked at me, totally confused. We're already saved. There's no rush to look at it right this second, is there? Let me just tell everyone we're okay. Alright, I'll post a new thread. Hey, don't just stand there like an idiot at the door. Let's post while we walk. He had a point. What if the subway suddenly started moving again? Wouldn't I just get trapped on it again? Thinking about this, I stepped 1 foot out of the train. And the moment I left the car, it felt like an electric shock shot right through my body. I finally realized what was wrong. Oh, crap, this isn't right. Chen Ziyang and I yelled at the exact same time. The very next second, we both squeezed back inside right before the doors completely shut. Did you figure something out? Figure what out? We both shouted at each other in perfect unison. After a quick thought, I spoke up first. I suddenly remembered a huge detail we completely overlooked. This train has been running for over half an hour. And not only hasn't it stopped at a station, we haven't even seen a single platform. Over half an hour, and not a single station. Is the place we're in right now really still the city we know? I have no idea what's waiting for us out there, but my gut tells me that the dark, unknown world outside would be way worse than staying on this train. Hearing my theory, Chen Ziyang instantly started shaking. He shoved his phone in my face. That user, Turnip, sent me a direct message 3 minutes ago. He said subway line 2 was shut down for maintenance at 11 o'clock today. This train shouldn't even exist. The lights in the subway car suddenly flickered, making Chen Ziyang's face look pale and sickly. The doors slammed shut. The train's intercom system chimed once again. Sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist. Chen Ziyang's voice was trembling. Are we still alive? Cold sweat dripped down my spine, but I forced myself to stay calm. We're definitely still alive, but we might just be living in a different timeline. I forced myself to say that, trying to comfort Chen Ziyang, while also trying to comfort myself. Oh right, I suddenly remembered Chen Ziyang's phone. My phone has had absolutely zero signal this entire time, but Chen Ziyang's phone could still log into the forum. Hurry, see if you can still post a thread. Post about our situation. If it's just me and Chen Ziyang, 2 ordinary guys who have no clue what's going on, we're probably never getting out of here on our own. But if someone from the outside can break open this dimension, maybe we'll have a better shot at being rescued. Hearing my reasoning, Chen Ziyang frantically pulled out his phone. Hey, it actually still works. It's so weird, literally none of the other apps will load. But this forum app is perfectly fine. Stop worrying about why it's weird. Just hurry up and post. I urged him. The train started moving once again, and we still had no idea where it was taking us. Seeking help from experts, we've fallen into an alternate dimension. Chen Ziyang's thread quickly got a bunch of replies. User, Passerby 1, wrote, "What's going on here? Are you just clickbaiting for views?" User, No Spicy Cilantro, replied, "What did I tell you guys? They actually ran into some paranormal activity." User, Stubborn Turnip, posted, "Oh man, thank God you guys are alright. You didn't reply for ages, I totally thought." User, Leduo, wrote, "This is such a cool concept. Hey op, can I get your permission to write a novel about this?" User, Kind Werewolf, replied, "Hey above poster, really? Are you seriously only thinking about writing a novel at a time like this?" User, Summer, wrote, "Wait, no way. Do you guys actually believe him?" Through all the useless concern and skepticism, we finally found a lifesaver. Xiao Ming wrote, "Are you guys on subway line 2? I studied under my third uncle for a few years. I might be able to help you. Tell me which station you got on at." I pointed at his comment, while frantically slapping Chen Ziyang's thigh with my other hand. "Quick, message him right now." Chen Ziyang yelled as I kept hitting him. I sent it, I sent it, I sent it. I got on at Chunshan Road. He paused and looked at me. "Where did you get on?" I stared right back at him. "Chunshan Road 2? What a coincidence. It seemed the problem started at the station." Xiao Ming quickly replied, "Looks like the problem started at the station. Chunshan Road isn't far from me. I'm heading there now. Give me 5 minutes." 5 minutes later, Xiao Ming messaged us again. "I'm here. There's definitely something wrong here. But don't worry, my third uncle and I have dealt with this before. I can save you." Xiao Ming's words were exactly what we needed to hear. Chen Ziyang and I finally breathed a sigh of relief. The train was still moving, but we felt so much more relaxed. Chen Ziyang let out a long sigh. "To be honest, I was starting to suspect you weren't human earlier. I mean, with all this crazy stuff happening, you just seemed way too calm." I chuckled, even though I was faking it the whole time. I said, "Maybe you should ask yourself why you're freaking out so easily. Good thing we were about to be saved." Actually, I also had my doubts about Chen Ziyang being human. Or that he was possessed by something. In fact, I still suspected it. Because just a few minutes ago, I accidentally caught a glimpse of Chen Ziyang's reflection in the train window. The face staring back at me had absolutely no features. I kept my eyes fixed on him. His every move seemed completely normal. If I hadn't seen that reflection, I would have honestly just treated him as another unlucky guy stuck in this nightmare with me. But what exactly was he planning to do? I had no idea, so I could only play along and watch his every move. At least he didn't seem to want to hurt me right now. "Hey, Xiao Ming wants us to go to the front of the train and find something," Chen Ziyang said out of nowhere. As if to prove he wasn't lying, he shoved his phone in my face again. It was a message from Xiao Ming. "I've taken care of the anomaly at Chunshan Road. Now, I need you two to go to the control room at the front of the train and find something. Destroy it, and you can make it back to the real world." "What exactly are we looking for?" Xiao Ming replied, "It's hard to explain. But you'll know it when you see it. It'll be very obvious. Don't trust anything that tries to stop you. They're all just illusions." Chen Ziyang and I locked eyes. "Let's go." We started making our way from the back of the train. We walked through all 8 carriages, and every window reflected our silhouettes moving together. But out of the corner of my eye, I noticed that Chen Ziyang's reflection was always lagging a split second behind his real movements. Luckily, we didn't run into anything strange on the way. We practically sprinted all the way to the control room. That was way too easy, wasn't it? Weren't there supposed to be things trying to stop us? Chen Ziyang said, panting heavily. I let go of the hand I was using to pull him along, and gave him a fake look of disgust. "Dude, could you even pass a basic fitness test?" "A fitness test? The split-second look of total confusion on his face didn't slip past me. My heart started pounding out of my chest. The control room is right in front of us. What exactly is it, and what will the guy next to me do? My hand subconsciously reached into my pocket. Inside was an eyebrow razor I forgot to take out. Even though it's not exactly sharp, it's the only thing I have to defend myself right now. How the heck do we open this door? Chen Ziyang stood in front of it, studying it for ages. Figuring I might as well give it a try, I walked up and knocked on the door 4 times. The door actually opened. Quick, let's get in there and find him. I stepped forward to go inside, but Chen Ziyang stood rooted to the spot, staring dead at me. He grabbed my arm. Wait, I spun around instantly. The blade swiped right across his neck. What are you doing? I stared at him without blinking. Don't trust anyone who tries to stop us. What are you trying to stop me from doing? Chen Ziyang clutched the wound on his neck. I kept the blade pointed right at him. I didn't dare to let my guard down for a second. But who knew that in the very next moment, he would suddenly wail, "Are you out of your mind?" I just wanted to ask you, how did you know how to open the door? You just knocked and it opened. You're the real monster here, aren't you? I froze. For a moment, I didn't know whether to keep my hand up or put it down. When I was little, my grandma told me, humans knock 3 times. In this kind of situation, I was just trying my luck. I didn't expect to actually guess it right. But what about you? Look at your face in the mirror. You don't have any facial features. Chen Ziyang blinked. Do you want to take another look at yourself? I frowned, looking at the glass out of the corner of my eye. The window reflected my face, completely blank, with no features either. How could this be? Chen Ziyang whined, feeling totally wronged. I noticed it ages ago. Do you think maybe the reflections on both these windows are just hallucinations? I shook my head, looking at the 2 blurry faces on the train windows. It all suddenly made sense. This was how it messed with our minds. It didn't need to physically stop us. It just needed to make us doubt each other. The real terror wasn't the monster itself. It was not being able to tell who was actually human. I lowered the knife. I looked at him awkwardly. Bro, I think I just made a huge mistake. Once we get out of here, promise you won't sue me for assault, okay? Chen Ziyang looked at the knife in my hand and nodded. Let's focus on the real issue first. He glanced at the blade and nodded again. We had finally reached an understanding. The 2 of us walked into the control room side by side. Xiao Ming was right. With just one glance, we locked right onto it. It was pitch black all over, shaped exactly like a human heart. The light on top was flashing red. That pitch black heart was embedded right in the center of the console. Its heavy beating resonated with the roar of the train. We held our breath and crept closer. Suddenly, that heart heaved violently, its pulse accelerating at a terrifying speed. Knowing that any hesitation could kill us, I brought the blade down swiftly. I plunged the eyebrow razor straight into that beating heart. As the blade sank deep, tiny cracked spider webbed across its surface. It cracked wide open. But inside, there were countless wide-open eyes, and every single one of them turned to stare straight at me. A silent whisper pierced my eardrums from all directions. We meet again. The black heart shattered, spilling black blood all over the floor. We're saved. Chen Ziyang looked at me. He didn't seem to hear a thing. Was that whisper just my imagination? I stared at the black blood on the floor, feeling uncertain. I guess so. Just as I said that, the moving subway train suddenly shook violently. We were caught off guard and thrown to the floor again. Over 10 seconds later, the train came to a stop. Chen Ziyang was the first to scramble up. Let's get out and check. I dusted myself off, and followed closely behind him. The train had stopped at the Chunshan Road platform. The doors were already open. Not far away, a guy wearing a neo-Chinese outfit and glasses was holding a knocked out, long black worm. It gave off the exact same vibe as the heart from earlier. Once Chen Ziyang realized the guy in glasses was our classmate Xiao Ming, he immediately leapt off the train. I hesitated for a few seconds before stepping off as well. Good thing you guys were fast. If you were a few minutes later, you would have been assimilated by it. Chen Ziyang stared at the black worm in his hand, shivering. Is it dead for good? Xiao Ming shook his head, then nodded. This one is dead, but this isn't all of it. The real entity has already entered the next cycle. What do you mean? Xiao Ming looked at us, and said deadpan, at some specific moment, on some random day in the future. It might turn into a subway train or something else all over again. Just to devour anyone who wanders into its body. A chill ran down my spine. What if it happens during the day? Xiao Ming shot me a glance. It's not that simple. There are always people keeping order in this world. It doesn't stand a chance during the day. It specifically targets people like you who stay out late at night. But don't worry, it won't be making any more moves tonight. I've already informed my master. Specialists will be tracking it down very soon. Before Xiao Ming could finish speaking, the platform lights suddenly flickered. They went back to normal a second later. What's going on? Is it still here? Chen Ziyang shuddered. Don't panic, it's just its lingering resentment struggling. Xiao Ming shoved the black worm into a jar covered in talismans. It won't be causing any more trouble tonight. It's getting late, let's get out of here. The subway station at past 1 in the morning was so dead quiet there wasn't even a breeze. The three of us walked along the platform toward the exit stairs. Our footsteps echoed through the empty space. Xiao Ming walked at the front, his back straight, carrying the talisman jar in his hand. Suddenly, the digital clock at the end of the hall flipped to 13:07. But it was clearly past 1 in the morning. Xiao Ming didn't stop walking, and without looking back, he warned. Don't look back. The talisman jar in his hand grew warm, oozing a crystal red liquid. My shadow suddenly stretched and twisted, as if something was dragging it backward. Xiao Ming still didn't turn around. His voice was grim. Looks like it refuses to let its targets go tonight. The very next second, Xiao Ming raised his hand and slapped a yellow talisman over the mouth of the jar. The moment the paper burst into flames, a muffled, monstrous roar echoed through the air. The digital clock flashes back to 1:43, as if nothing ever happened. I feel a breeze. Even in an underground subway station, it shouldn't be completely airless. We're completely safe now. Xiao Ming lets out a long sigh of relief. Only then do I let go of my sleeve. My palms are dripping with cold sweat. When you get back tonight, put this talisman under your pillow. Once tonight is over, and the sun comes up, it won't be able to find you guys ever again. We thank him over and over again. We really met our guardian angel tonight. Otherwise, who knows if we'd even be alive. At 1:47 a.m., we finally scan our phones and exit the gates. As long as we get on this escalator, we can leave this place for good. Leave this creepy subway station behind. Let's hurry up and go home. It's never safe out at night, Xiao Ming says, walking ahead, urging us to follow. But just as my foot is about to step onto the escalator, I hesitate again. This station looks totally normal, but something still feels off. What the hell is wrong? I tap my head, trying to think. At that exact moment, Chen Ziyang suddenly whispers to me, "Do you actually believe him?" I turn to look him in the eyes. A terrifying realization is on the tip of my tongue. Chen Ziyang lowers his voice even more. Just now, when we weren't looking, he dripped 3 drops of blood into that jar. I saw it. I don't know much about the occult, but feeding blood to a monster can't be a good sign, right? My stomach drops. That unnatural, eerie feeling finally makes sense. A subway station at night shouldn't be completely empty, right? Night shift mechanics, cleaners, security guards. There should be at least someone. We might still be in that other dimension. I stammer out the horrific realization. If that's true, we absolutely cannot go up there. Going up might mean actual death. I look up at Xiao Ming, who is already standing at the top of the escalator. He turns his head and stares right back at us. What are you guys doing? Hurry up and get on. Coming. I dropped my earring. I just found it. I yell back. Then I whisper frantically to Chen Ziyang. Turn around and run. Now. The moment the words leave my mouth, we sprint back into the station like our lives depend on it. Xiao Ming narrows his eyes and lets out a soft chuckle. That's the 7th time, he mutters, walking back down at a terrifyingly calm pace. He isn't moving fast, but somehow, he's always right behind us. Chen Ziyang and I are like rabbits being hunted by a predator. Wait, the station is only so big. Where the hell are we supposed to run? Chen Ziyang screams. I bite the tip of my tongue, forcing myself to stay clear-headed. Where do we go? Where can we even hide? Suddenly, the talisman in my pocket turns burning hot. I yank it out while sprinting, and see faint, bloody veins slowly appearing on the paper. Xiao Ming isn't here to save us, which means this talisman is definitely cursed. But why go through all this trouble? Why not just let us die down here? A crazy thought crosses my mind. Maybe they aren't working together. We're going back to the train. If we're trapped between 2 cliffs, then I'm jumping off the shorter one. Chen Ziyang has no time to think. He followed me blindly back into the station, and sure enough, Xiao Ming hesitated for 2 seconds. I knew I was right. Get down there, quick. He can't get on that train. The train was still right where we left it, and the doors were still open. It was almost as if it was waiting for us to come back. Are we really going back in there? Xiao Ming is already at the stairs. There's no time, just get on. I shoved Chen Ziyang forward. Chen Ziyang knew we had absolutely no other choice. God help us. Let this just be a nightmare. He muttered to himself, shut his eyes tight, braced himself, and squeezed right back into the train. I didn't dare drop my guard for a single second. I backed up, inching my way into the carriage step by step. The train seemed to sense that we were on board. The announcement echoed that the doors were about to close. Xiao Ming stood on the platform, but he wouldn't take a single step closer. I knew it, he couldn't get on this train. Just as the doors were shutting, he let out a furious roar. Did you really think you'd make it out of here alive? It's all the same, ha ha, it's all the same. The doors sealed off his twisted, echoing laughter. The talisman paper I was holding crumbled to ashes the moment we got on. I had no idea what was even drawn on that thing. As the train started moving again, both Chen Ziyang and I felt our stomachs drop. There was a long, heavy silence. What do we do now? Just wait to die? Where is this thing even taking us? Chen Ziyang asked, his voice filled with despair. I just shook my head. I can't even tell what's real and what's fake anymore. But that puddle of black blood was still there in the control room, which meant everything that just happened wasn't a hallucination. I had stabbed that hard, but it didn't seem to affect the train at all. I looked up at our reflections in the window. Both my face and Chen Ziyang's face were completely blank, with no features at all. Suddenly, a horrifying sound of scraping metal came from the air vent right above us. It sounded like something was crawling up there. Chen Ziyang whipped his head up. His eyes went wide with terror. Listen, there are footsteps on the roof. I held my breath. The sound was actually starting to sync up with the beating of our own hearts. You never should have gotten off the train, Chen Ziyang muttered out of nowhere. What? I asked. Chen Ziyang slowly turned his head to look at me. His jaw was being forced open by some invisible power. Now, he knows that you know. His mouth kept opening wider and wider, stretching so far it didn't even look human anymore. It stretched until it took up his entire face. And inside that massive, gaping hole, I saw countless pairs of eyes staring back at me. My legs were shaking so violently I could barely stand. My vision went completely dark. Chen Ziyang's body started to warp and twist right in front of me. Flashes of our own faces kept exploding in my mind. I saw thousands of different versions of us in the distance, boarding this endless train, desperately trying to find a way out over and over again. I saw us walking out of the carriages, marching perfectly in sync straight into the abyss. There were always tiny little differences in how it played out, but in the end, we always ended up right back here. The exact same route, the exact same carriage, the exact same tragic ending. Going from 3 people, down to just 2. Right before I completely lost consciousness, I finally understood what he meant when he said, "We meet again." Hey, wake up, wake up. I groggily fluttered my eyes open. I found myself lying on the floor of a moving train. Chen Ziyang's face slowly came into focus right above me. No way, you passed out just from the brakes? Chen Ziyang pulled me up. My head, you probably bumped it on something. Are you okay? Chen Ziyang looked at me with a bit of concern. Forget about everything else for now. Let's hurry up and get off the train. Get off? I still wasn't fully awake. Did you hit your head and get amnesia? The staff came to rescue us. They stopped the train, and told us to walk to the platform ourselves. Did you forget? After catching my breath for a moment, I shook my head. No, I remembered everything. Not just the part about the train stopping. I also remembered us noticing the weird broadcast, meeting that expert. The expert turning out to be the bad guy, and us escaping back to the subway. And finally, him turning into a monster right in front of my eyes. I remembered it all. I looked at the burn marks left on my hand from the talisman. It wasn't a hallucination, and it wasn't a dream either. That was all from a previous timeline. Something I had genuinely experienced. The me from the previous timeline had noticed the clues. So, at some point, he must have replaced the me in this current timeline. You two can get off now. Remember to walk forward to the platform. That voice reminded us again. Since you remember now, let's not waste any more time. Let's get going. Chen Ziyang jumped off the train first. I looked outside. The pitch-black underground tracks stretched on endlessly. There wasn't a single breeze. What's wrong? Did you notice something? Chen Ziyang asked when he saw me hesitating to step off. I opened my mouth, but then just shook my head. I think I dropped something in the previous carriage. I took 2 steps back. You go on ahead, I'll grab it and catch up with you. Seriously? At a time like this? You're still worried about your stuff? Shouldn't we be getting as far away from this broken down train as possible? Chen Ziyang was getting anxious for me. I shook my head helplessly. You're still in school. You don't understand the struggles of a corporate slave. That thing is tied to my entire career. I have to go get it. Besides, the train is fully stopped anyway. If the staff sees people still inside, they won't close the doors early. What are you so afraid of? I managed to convince Chen Ziyang, but he still looked a bit hesitant. I'll wait for you here then. A tunnel this dark would be pretty creepy to walk down all alone. I didn't turn down his offer. Alright, just wait for me. I turned around and walked toward the previous carriage. Once I was sure I was far enough from Chen Ziyang, I looked up. I spoke softly into the empty air of the train car. Close the doors. In almost an instant, the subway doors slammed shut. They closed twice as fast as normal. Chen Ziyang had absolutely no time to react. I took a deep breath and just found a random seat to sit down. I could already imagine the look on Ziyang's face right now. Confusion, panic, total anxiety for me. He's probably pounding on the doors like crazy, begging the train to let me out. That idiot, let's go. I spoke to the empty air. The moment I caught a glimpse of the truth, I finally understood. In this endless loop, only one of us can make it out alive. And that person has to be me. The subway sped along. I sat quietly in the carriage, the darkness outside the window churning like thick ink. It felt like countless pairs of eyes were staring at me. I closed my eyes, and shattered fragments of countless timelines flashed through my mind. In the very beginning, Wang Mingming was also a passenger on this train. He was the calmest and smartest of the 3 of us. But because of that, he was the first to leave. I guess he was too smart for his own good. After a lot of struggle, we finally got the train back on track. It pulled into the completely deserted Chunshan road station. There wasn't a single breeze. Wang Mingming was the first to notice something was off. Subway stations still have staff on duty at night. But there's absolutely no one here. He suggested we might still be trapped in an illusion. He was also the first to suggest we go back to the train to check. But right as we were heading back, we bumped into an older security guard. It's so late. What are you kids still doing wandering around here? The old man scolded us, even suspecting we were thieves. You've got it all wrong, sir. We left something on the train just now, and we just want to go back and grab it. Go on, get out of here. Whatever it is, come back tomorrow during working hours and ask the staff. The old man's words instantly dragged us back to reality. Maybe that security guard was also a former passenger on this train. But that time, neither Chen Ziyang nor I caught onto the truth. After Wang Mingming died, he became classmate Ming, becoming the next one to tempt us to get off the train. This whole battle of wits, Chen Ziyang and I went through it 7 more times. Finally, on the 7th time, I managed to snatch back my own consciousness. Now, it's the 8th time, and this time, I am going to break the loop. You have reached the final destination of this train, the end of reincarnation. Please disembark as soon as possible, and do not linger on the train or the platform. It wasn't that this train had no destination. It just could only take one person to the very end. Without a second thought, I stood up and got off. Standing at the edge of the final platform, I saw countless versions of myself walking toward me from every direction. They kept muttering the same thing over and over. Stay alive, doctor, doctor, my daughter is awake. I woke up in the ICU. My family wept tears of absolute relief. I'm so tired, I think I'll still need some time for my body to fully recover. I drifted off to sleep again. Just before I went under, I heard the doctor say, the patient is out of the woods. She can be moved to a regular ward now. Among them, 33 passengers had no vital signs when they were pulled from the rubble. One passenger's heart stopped on the way to the hospital. In the end, the only ones who made it to the emergency room were me, Chen Ziyang, and Wang Mingming. Actually, in the very beginning, my vitals were the weakest. But thankfully, if there's one thing I can do, it's hold on. I outlasted both of them in the realm between life and death. Wang Mingming was the first they couldn't revive. That left only me and Chen Ziyang. Unfortunately, Chen Ziyang and I shared the same rare blood type, and the hospital's blood bank only had enough to save one of us. That really put the doctors in a tough spot. At the time, your vitals were incredibly weak. You scared us to death, my mom said, wiping away tears of relief. They issued 7 critical condition notices. The doctors were ready to give up on you. Thank goodness my daughter is a fighter. I think it was around the 7th critical notice. You're remembering it wrong, it was the 6th time. My dad chimed in. Hey, anyway, your brainwaves suddenly started spiking like crazy. Thanks to that, the doctors didn't give up on you right away. Later on, that boy who was being resuscitated next to you, for some reason, he suddenly crashed. I lay there in the hospital bed, my head wrapped in thick gauze, groggily listening to them ramble on about how I was saved. It really was the 7th time. What was that? I gave a weak smile. Nothing, it's not important. Mom, when I'm fully recovered, I want to go pay my respects to the other victim. The fact that we both held on for so long, it's a kind of fate. The day I was discharged, I went to see Chen Ziyang. He hadn't died. The doctors managed to save his life, but he was left in a vegetative state. His chances of waking up were extremely slim. I wondered if his consciousness was still trapped inside that pitch-black tunnel. Anyway, he was still alive. As long as you're alive, there's hope to escape. Keep fighting, and please, don't blame me. Everyone wants to live. A chance at survival is never won by politely stepping aside. I walked out of the hospital and finally saw the sun again. My phone was completely destroyed in the accident, so I had to buy a new one. He helped you. Now, it's your turn to serve him. I looked around in confusion. Don't look back.